Okay, so we have just completed some very basic eyes, and using the very same head, we're going to work on some mouths and just the various expressions we can get by positioning and drawing very simple lines. Now, when positioning these lines, we want to make sure that we're drawing smooth and flowing lines like we've learnt in the first lesson. So here I've drawn a frown. I'm going to move this over here and create a duplicate. Now what I'm going to do is erase this frown, and we're going to put a different type of shape. Now realistically, these shapes are only limited by your imagination. You can pretty much put anything in here and it's going to work. As long as it's somewhat shaped like a mouth, it's going to work. So I'm going to use a boomerang type of shape, and inside I'm going to fill it simply black and put a tongue like that. So already it looks like a mouth. It's pointing down at the side, so it's kind of got that shocked look. If you're having trouble getting that right emotion, go have a look in the mirror. Pull the face that you want and simplify it down. Let's fix up these lines. Because I'm using a Wacom tablet, I'm able to rub out and remove parts that I don't want. Using paper, obviously you're going to need to use a rubber, or just move to a fresh piece of the paper and keep on drawing. It doesn't matter if your page looks a complete mess by the end, because the whole idea is just to get used to drawing these shapes. So what I'm going to do is spin this frown and turn it upside down. However, this tongue now is in the wrong location, so I'm going to fill that in with black, and we're going to move the tongue to the bottom side of that mouth. Just going to erase the black here. And there we go. Just make a tongue, and then just fill the black in, give it a little bit more detail. There we go. And you can see we've just got 4 very distinct characters. So let's go back to the second character, and I'm going to turn this frown into more of an angry mouth, and we're going to add some teeth by simply adding vertical lines. Very, very simple. And let's go back to the first head and put some teeth on that as well. And we'll fill in the black here. So that's another type of look, but let's get rid of that again and let's do something else. We'll we'll do a whistle and have a little note coming off the side here. Yeah, it's okay, but I think we can do something different again. What about just a kind of a jaggedy kind of line with a tooth? Kind of a bit of a buck tooth there. No, it's okay, but let's move on again. Let's do let's go back to the smile like we first had, and a big tongue this time, and maybe a line underneath here to indicate the tongue's kind of coming out and rolling over. And now let's add some. First I'll fill in this little area here, and I'll put a tooth in there. I like the idea of the tooth, so we'll get rid of that blank area, fill it in with black. And I'll show you how easy it is just to add a few lines to really make that expression pop out. So a few eye lines, one around the mouth, under the eye. Let's go to the next one here and make him look a little bit angry. Just draw the line above his eye. So, make it look like he's really kind of angry, frowning. And on the left eye as well, and underneath the eye. Okay, so above the eye here, below, that real shocked look, high brow, and just emphasize the right hand side of the mouth. And I think a bit of drool here. Give me the cake. He really likes cake. And yeah, I think that's good. And onto the happy guy down the end here, we might just make him look really cheesy happy. tiny little lines here. And just one eyebrow higher than the other. And there we go. We've got 4 characters, very distinct characters, all done using very simple eyes, mouth, and lines. Okay, so we're going to be using a dog character here to show the various mouths that we can use and the different types of expressions. Now this dog is pretty much complete, so it really shows you what you can do even after you've completed your projects. You can add a new type of feeling to the overall project, if you will. So I'm going to remove this mouth. I'm using Photoshop, so it makes it very easy. If you haven't got Photoshop, that's okay. You can use paper, or you can just watch and use this as an example of what can be done. So I've got a real big smile here, putting the tongue in. Let's fill this in black. You can see that's really working with this character. Nice and big smile. He's kind of jumping, so he looks happy. I might actually color it as well. Bit of pinky red there in the tongue. That looks pretty good. Alright, so what we'll do, we'll go back. The very small happy mouths are very popular in kawaii. That's a cute kind of face, but probably doesn't suit the overall image of the dog. So how about we make a real big wide mouth here. And I really like teeth on animals. I think it looks cute and very animated. And I might extend this bottom lip here and put the tongue just here. And then fill in the black here where the back of the throat is, like that. And I think that looks really cool. Color it in as well. Now in Photoshop, I'm actually coloring the layer underneath the black line art layer. That allows you to get a lot more control, so you're not putting in so much effort into keeping within the lines like you would on paper. And there we have it, a dog with many different feelings and expressions just by changing the mouth, even though it's pretty much complete. It's a really good way of reworking artwork for different purposes.